Joe, the last time you were here, we talked about Syria, and you had said that you had come to the position of agreeing with me that some military strike was necessary.
Yes.
Are you still of that opinion?
Well, you know, this is such a close call. For many people, this is like 55-45, and I've had 2 or 3 positions on this since it began. But yes, I still think a military strike is necessary. I do also think it's going to be very, very difficult for President Obama to convince the Congress to authorize it.
What's he have to say tomorrow night?
He's got to go right to the American people. He has to move the needle on public opinion, which is very, very hard to do. He's got to make the case with all the intelligence he can muster. He's got to lay the intelligence out there that there's no doubt the attack happened, there's no doubt that Assad did it, and that this justifies going to war, that this justifies a military attack. Even if it's cruise missiles and it's not soldiers on the ground, if it's cruise missiles, it's still an act of war against another country, and he needs congressional authority to go do that.
Right. Well, I totally agree. I mean, I think it's not only the right thing, morally right thing to do to go to Congress, but legally the right thing to do. I mean, the War Powers Act and the Constitution are pretty clear, if you ask me, that only Congress can authorize this. You said something very significant. I think we've had many senators and members of Congress on, some who support the strike, some who don't. But every one of them said they believe chemical weapons were used, no doubt about it, and the Syrian government was responsible, no doubt about it.
Right.
I watched the videos last night. There are 13 videos up. If you go to Senate Intelligence Committee and just Google it or Bing it, Dianne Feinstein posted those.
Up.
You watch those videos. If you ever had any doubt what happened, watch those videos. And when I see those little kids there in convulsions, suffering from the effects of these chemical weapons.
And that's the most compelling case. This is a horrendous act.
How can you say, oh, so what?
Yeah. Right. And people then say, well, it's not our problem. Why do we have to step in? And the reason is we're the United States of America. This is what we do. We don't stand by and let people do this kind of thing, even if we don't have anyone else with us.
Well, I want to go through some of this.
Yeah.
So the evidence, I think, is clear. And by the way, other than those idiots like John Bolton and Donald Rumsfeld, who are only against this because Obama is for it.
Yes.
If we put those idiots aside, then I think I'd have to say there are legitimate reasons for supporting the strike. There are legitimate reasons for opposing the strike, too. I want to go through some of those reasons with you, right? Because I hear them. We hear them all the time from our listeners. One is, why don't we go through the United Nations?
Yeah. Well,
let's just go through them one at a time. And
we should be clear about this.
Yeah.
Whatever you think domestically, internationally, there is no right to do this. There is no mandate to do this. It's illegal to attack another country unless it's sanctioned by the UN Security Council. So the normal route would be to go there, except Russia is blocking it. Russia has a veto on the UN Security Council, so they will without a doubt block any military action. They blocked a press release that the UN Security Council wanted to do, simply condemning any chemical attacks. They've blocked a number of instances in the past. UN Ambassador Samantha Power has been very clear on this. So the U.S. can't go through the Security Council at this point. In her words, it's broken.
Right. Okay. Another argument is, well, they've killed 100,000 people in the Civil War with conventional weapons.
Yeah.
So 1,400 are killed by chemical weapons. So what's the difference?
Chemical weapons and biological and nuclear weapons are a category apart from regular conventional weapons. All of these weapons have the ability to kill on a mass scale. So yes, it's horrible to die in many, many different ways. Chemical weapons are particularly abhorrent in the way they kill people, and the mass potential they have to kill thousands, tens of thousands. That's why the international community has banned them since 1925, has gotten rid of them since 1993 with the Chemical Weapons Convention, and why they've only been used very, very infrequently. You can't let people cross that line. So
another argument. Well, we've done so-called surgical strikes in the past against Kosovo, against Belgrade, actually, and against Baghdad. And they haven't worked. They haven't deterred bad behavior. So why will it work this time?
Well, that is actually the best argument. No, really. This is why it's close. This is why there's nothing easy about this.
No.
Is this an answer? I mean, that's is there a military solution to this? And the fact is there isn't. The strikes can degrade Assad's capability, but they can't guarantee an end to the chemical attacks or topple his regime or even end the slaughter. So it's quite possible that there will be retaliation for this, and this is why people are hesitant that it could then spiral into something much larger.
Right. So that's the next argument is that we don't know what if we do this, we don't know what he will do.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you never know what somebody's going to do, or you never know the response to any particular action. But what's the best argument answer to that? That the possibility of a retaliatory strike by Assad? There
is no really good answer to that, frankly. I mean, I think the chances are pretty high that he would. I don't think he's going to strike Israel, but if he unleashes, if his Hezbollah allies who are fighting with him in Syria, if they decide to retaliate, they have global capability. They could strike at American targets of their choosing. It doesn't have to be a military or diplomatic target. It could be a Kentucky Fried Chicken in Bangkok. They have that kind of reach. So I would expect there to be hits on American targets by Hezbollah.
One argument that I've heard against that is that at least three times since the beginning of the Civil War, Israel has struck military targets inside of Syria.
Yeah.
Bashar al-Assad has done absolutely nothing.
That's right, including knocking out his nuclear reactor.
Right.
He was building with the North Koreans. Yes, but these were limited strikes, didn't strike at the core of the regime. We're going... Another now he's in a life and death struggle.
He might respond or he might not.
Yeah,
right?
He might. So that you're saying, well, I'm ready to take it. He might respond, and I'm ready to take it.
So there's a risk for acting. There's also a risk for not acting,
and that's exactly right. You don't act, chances are he's going to do this again, and chances are that others, and this is a legitimate argument, that others will say, well, we can get away with this. And I know this, I hate this slippery slope here. This is all about American resolve and credibility, but there is that element here. If we don't act here, we're going to lose standing around the world. It's going to be much tougher for us in all the other conflicts that we have.